Hello, welcome to Swabies. I just wanted to do a quick video this time on how I'm going to embed the wax onto the frames I've built. I've had a look through YouTube. There's a few videos out there. Some of them are quite long, quite convoluted. The way I'm doing it is just basically fairly simple and straightforward, I believe. Anyway, and also with consistency. So to that end, I've bought a transformer. You can do this with car batteries and things, but I decided if I'm going to be stood here doing this for sort of a few hours at a time, I don't want to be worrying about what power is coming out of a battery or anything else. So something nice and simple, transformer, 20 quid I think, something like that. Job's done. A piece of scrap plywood to which I've wrapped around some greaseproof paper. That will stop the wax from sticking to the ply when it's done. You'll also need your wax foundation and your frame. This is the frame I've made, and yeah, what you don't need a top. You do not need to put that on there and then that on there. If I found that because I've made them myself, because I've made the frames myself, some of these holes can be very slightly out because they're quite small holes and I'm drilling 4 or 5 at a time. The drill bit can actually go off at a slight angle with the grain. If that happens, these wires aren't exactly in a straight line. They might be a little bit up or a little bit down. So if you're trying to do it like that and press all of them down at the same time, I don't know, it didn't seem to work very well. So I've done away with that idea. So what I do is I take my transformer and I plug it in. That always helps. And I turn it on at the plug. I found that helps as well. Ask me how I know. So I take my frame, I slide my wax underneath the top bar but above the top wire and slide it right the way through. And then what I do then is bring it down, slide it down gently, and then slide it into the grooves, or the groove. This bit can be a bit fiddly. Sometimes it goes easy. There you go, not too bad. Sometimes it goes hard. And as soon as I've done that, I take my fingers and I just pop the top in at the back so it springs it in and stops it from popping out. Otherwise you can turn it over and you just end up starting again because the whole thing flops out. So then I just run the finger along the edge and that pops in, and there you have it. So that's in there now. So then what I do is I lay it on the ply and I take my probes, and what I do is I watch for the melting, and I do each wire individually, and I keep pressure on my right hand side on the black. I keep pressure on there and just push down gently all the time. And what I'm doing with this hand is I'm putting it on the wire on the outside of the frame, and I'm pushing down and I'm touching, but you only need to touch the wire for like 2 to 3 seconds, and you'll see it start to melt. I like to be able to watch it melt because it does melt at different times, depending on the frame and the wax. So I watch it, you can see it. It only takes a frame or two and you'll have it down pat as to how long to give it. But it just put it on, watch it, and then I just hold it there. And you can see it goes from clear to embedded. 1, 2.5 embedded. Give it a little bit longer. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. If you go too fast, then you'll cut it like it has there, but just push it back together again, to be honest. That's why you don't want to put too much pressure on this side. it comes off dead easy, and there you have it, embedded. It's that simple. It's not rocket science at all. I done 100 of these in about an hour and a half yesterday, so I know I've got supers to do, and that's it. Simples.